team looks fired up and ready to play.
On the other side of the field for the visiting 49ers, an early season tilt. And when it's an early season tilt, should be ready to roll.
Well, let's face it, the aches and pains haven't really set in yet, and both teams eyeing a really good start to get things going.
First carry now for the former Viking. This is Jerick McKinnon. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Garoppolo to throw on 2nd down. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Garoppolo to his tight end Kittle for a Niner first down. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
On play action, it's Garoppolo. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion. Kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. Now the ball comes loose, and this belongs to the Vikings.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
And it's a welcome back to health for last year's #1 pick. This is Dalvin Cook. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case. That play got bottled up.
And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. 1 yard officially on the pickup, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 11.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
On 3rd down, Cousins. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
So on fourth down, they bring on the Michigan man, Matt Wild, to kick it away. The speedster Dante Pettis back deep to return. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The 49ers heading out, and if you listen real closely, you can hear it, the buzz right now that is around this 49er team. And look, they finished last year strong. Big reason why, Jimmy Garoppolo. So a lot of hope coming into 2018.
And I think you nailed everything that you're really talking about with this team, starting with Jimmy Garoppolo. But I think underneath it, I go back to the start of last season. Brand new head coach in Kyle Shanahan, brand new general manager, and a brand new direction, and they stayed the course despite starting the season with a long losing streak. Many people wondered if they would win a game, but they didn't panic, didn't rush out and get a lot of veterans for short-term help. Just said, this is our team, this is our structure, let's go for it. And they kept doing that and finished the season with a 5-game winning streak led by, as you mentioned, Jimmy Garoppolo, and a lot of hope and optimism for the future.
He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Now a play fake. Garoppolo. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. A gain of 11 and a first down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Looking for Garcon, and it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Hey, gun.
On second down, Cook. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19.
I remember the first time I saw Dalvin Cook play in college. I was watching him on TV, called a scouting friend of mine and said, who is this guy? He's special. And he said, dude, you're watching a home run hitter on the field.
Yeah, he was special in Tallahassee. Left Florida State their all-time leader in rushing yards and touchdowns. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
Certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Now, after the field goal, Bailey will kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here comes Jimmy Garoppolo now to lead his offense back out there. He'll look to shake off the interception on the opening drive. He should at least be comforted that it resulted in 3, not 6.
And if I were him, I would be the guy all the way out on the field greeting my defense now, saying thanks a lot. You held them to a field goal after I turned it over. That's a big defensive stand for them. He needs to go out now and make up for what he did on the first drive.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. They run it with McKinnon, and he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 9 yards on the pickup there as they'll be left with 3rd and 1.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Now McKinnon. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
Well, we got beefeaters licking their chops. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Vikings holding the football. They've got it 1st and 10 inside their own 20-yard line. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 16. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. DeForest Buckner in on the tackle. Cousins now on 2nd down. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And they'll get him down here at the 23. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Rhino! The hunt!
And they'll let their fullback try and push to Kyle. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Solomon Thomas there on the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Handoff comes to Cook, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Play fake, Cousins. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. It's a 4-yard return following a punt of 49. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. The drive starts with a handoff to McKinnon. It's a foot race. Touchdown, 49ers. Jerick McKinnon, 79 yards. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly for 6. Well called, well blocked, and he just made a great play. That was an athlete going a long way.
Yeah, how about the suddenness, too, of just getting there and taking off and going? For the defensive guys, plays like that really hurt.
Gold now out to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Vikings heading out, and we'll have to see what the Falcons do this year, but we do know that the Vikings will not be the first team to play the Super Bowl in their home stadium because they had that shot last year, Charles. Came up short in the NFC title game, but this is a club that has retooled. Looking for his tight end, Rudolph, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39, and he'll bring this one back to the 29.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Here's McKinnon. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
And they'll run it here. And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Jerick McKinnon, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If this is all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Gold now out to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Kirk Cousins now gearing up to lead this offense back out there. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to balance that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Tackle that time by Jarquiski Tart. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Cousins now. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So 1:56 to play in this first half. More from Minneapolis after this. A reminder coming up at the half, we hook up with a new guy, Jonathan Coachman from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis, and more importantly this year, scores and stats from around the league here in Week 1. So do not press that skip button. Jimmy Garoppolo picking up right where he left off last year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead.
Well, the lost sleep that the defensive coordinator had all week preparing for this game, a good portion of it was trying to prepare for him because he's absolutely a phenomenal.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. The Vikings have got it. But he doesn't get far. They're able to stop him. And after all that, the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
Well, times have definitely changed on the PAT, on the extra point, haven't they? A lot more effort goes into this play from both sides.
Yeah, because let's face it, a lot of time on extra points, the effort is not what it is when you're trying to block a field goal.
No doubt about it. And before, when the ball was snapped on the 2-yard line, it was really a virtual chip shot. Now everyone believes they can get to it and knock it away, and we know how crucial every point is. So the defensive guys, they spent a lot more time trying to get that done, which means there's more pressure on the offensive guys trying to kick it.
So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. His throw incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
The Vikings on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman, and his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
Jimmy Garoppolo remembers 7-0 lifetime as an NFL starter. He's got the lead here in the opener with a Niner first down. Looking to throw. Garoppolo. A dump down to McKinnon. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Garoppolo, 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. This is caught. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Jimmy Garoppolo with his 2nd touchdown pass of this first half. And the 49ers add on to their lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And the rout is on here in this first half. Gold now out to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. This offense trots back out there now, and as they do, Charles, one thing to point out that we saw a second ago are some of the new rules in the NFL this year regarding kickoffs.
Yeah, nowadays, the kickoff team, no more running starts. Remember that when you could kind of circle a guy around and here he goes? No more. You have to start, close to the ball. And when it's kicked, then you get to take off and go, so you can't build up your speed that way. Also, when you're returning it, remember those wedges that we used to say where guys would form together, 2 or 3 guys? No more of those. So it'd be a lot more man-on-man, one-on-one blocking. And also they have rules about where people have to be when the ball's kicked, where they have to be when the ball's caught. So to me, it's much more like a punt return than it is an actual kickoff return. So I'm eager to see if teams now take their punt returners, those nifty guys who make people miss in the open field, and make them the kickoff returners as well, because I think you can still get big plays in this area if you have the right people back there.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Cousins to his tight end Rudolph for a Viking first down. Now they got to get to the line quickly. First down, here's Cousins. Flush to his right. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down. Second down, Cousins. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. Pretty solid coverage there by the All-Pro Richard Sherman, able to get a hand in. The Vikings on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 9.
Hey, 4 down, 4 down. Shift.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. Final play of the half. Cousins going to let one and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Kwan Williams. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here comes Kirk Cousins now to lead his offense back out there. Any surprise in your mind he's out there to start the second half after 4 first-half interceptions?
He used to be surprised by a lot of things, partner, but in this case I'm not, because you know they want him to be their guy. And the only way to truly establish that is to give him a chance to work through some of the issues he had in the first half.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Of course, last year, you think about Dalvin Cook's injury in Week 4 with a torn ACL, just hoping that he can stay healthy in 2018.
And if so, we'll see plenty of runs that will be big time in 2018. Because in 2017, he took over the starting running back job as a rookie and was off to a terrific start. In fact, if you ask people in the Minnesota Vikings organization, they were giddy at the fact that they were able to get him outside of the first round and plug him into the lineup. They expect him to be big time in this season.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Cousins again. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Solomon Thomas in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. Third and long for Cousins. Going deep for Diggs. And now here is another interception. Picked off at about the 31. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's
pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Daniil Hunter in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. It'll be a gain of 15 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down.
In today's NFL, when you get teams in long yardage situations with your defense, you're really going to go to your speed packages. You're going to get smaller, lighter guys on the field in order to cover the expected pass. So they might want to run the ball against a smaller, lighter lineup with your big guys, and that's exactly what happened on that play. It was tough on them, and now instead of being in 3rd and very long, they ended up setting themselves up in 3rd and manageable. They've got a chance at a first down.
And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom, quick, 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 and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
And now out comes Minnesota. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10.
Move! Yellow, yellow, yellow!
A 2nd down throw for Cousins. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Solomon Thomas in there to get him. His 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Around the NFL, they've gone to the 3rd in Cleveland. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line.
4 down. Here we go. 180!
They go play action here on 1st down. And Garrett Selleck here on the completion. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to spring. The tight end free downfield for the completion.
Edwards got 4 down. Here we go.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 48. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. And out now come the Vikings. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They go play action. Cousins. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the 1st half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Well contained there defensively. The screen gets only a yard, and it's 4th. Now Cousins on 4th down. And that is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th, and we've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
120! 180!
Here again is McKinnon. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. The Niners on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 7. Garoppolo now. And it's caught by Selleck. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 15 yards through the air and a first down. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, this is a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
And they'll go on the ground. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Jerick McKinnon with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the 49ers, they're just pouring it on. Turning into a really good performance on the road. Week 1, you're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
A little work still to do, though. And now out comes Minnesota. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. On the carry, it's Cook. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. K'Wan Williams, the one that got him down. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks. A first down throw for Cousins. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's second and 11. Cousins over the middle here to Rudolph. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. On third down, Cousins flushed out right. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up fourth. Desperation time. Cousins on fourth down. Eluding the pressure right. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10.
53 is the mic. 53 is the mic. Two.
On first and 10, Cousins buying time to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now Cousins. And the pressure gets to him again. Solomon Thomas in there to take him down and to take us to the 2-minute warning. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score. Throwing, Cousins. He's going to let it fly. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And now it's the punter Weil on as he sends this one away. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit. We always hear from coaches how much they like to run crossing routes because they want to hit their receivers on the go, get them the ball, and keep them moving. How about when you hit a tight end that way? Okay, the receivers are going to run past you most of the time. The tight end, they can do their damage a different way, break a few tackles and really scatter some people, can't they?
It goes for a gain of 10, and it's a first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together,